Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome to the session on emerging NRENs. Taurit, others who are online, can you hear?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, great. Should we
Hear
start?
us? Can you hear us? Asitha?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
Um,
Good. Thank you. Please
um,
continue.
should we start or should we wait? So,
No, better to start in time.
okay.
What is there?
Okay, so once again, a warm welcome to a session on emerging NRENs. This time we are going to have two sessions on emerging NRENs. And this was initiated back in APAN58 last year in Colombo. This time the theme is going to be setting examples to follow. And the first session is named Status of eduroam and Federation in NRENs. And even though I'm moderating, Taurit did all the planning and the organization. So once again, a big thank you to Taurit. So the agenda, we'll start with a quick welcome and an introduction to what this emerging NREN group is. And then we'll have 4 presentations in order. So I think only one is joining physically, the others will be joining online. Am I correct, Taurit?
Yes,
Okay,
think so.
thanks for the confirmation. Right. So just a quick look at the objectives and why this emerging NREN forum was set up. Basically, the idea is to bring all NRENs of similar economies under a single platform, and try to figure out their specific needs and take remedial measures to have a collective voice to enhance its volume and to leverage the economy of scale in procuring and delivering goods and services, exchange of views among the NRENs to enrich knowledge level and increase collaboration among like-minded NRENs. So basically, this is, as the name suggests, it's about emerging NRENs to come together, to work together and share knowledge and use the collective power to enlift and uplift everybody. So we have already have success stories through this. Last APAN57 in Thailand, we saw the creation of DrukREN, Southeast Asian countries research and education network, and we have BdREN, Learn, NREN and DrukREN, and we successfully negotiated deal to have a soon accounts through that with the collective bargaining power, and we hope that we can continue that and also share knowledge and see the success stories, use cases, and so on, so that we can actually rise together with the future in mind. So so this is these two sessions are basically to share these success stories and the work that is being carried out, so that we can learn from each other and see how we can benefit from each other's expertise and know-how and success stories. So without taking more time, let me go to the first presentation for today. It's by Mohammad Jamilur Rahman from BdREN, who will be talking about impact of eduroam at Dhaka International Airport. Over to you, Jamilur.
Thank you for giving me the floor. Good morning. good noon and good evening, depending on the geographic location you are. Anyway, am I audible perfectly?
Yes, yes, Jamil,
Thank
please.
you, sir.
Yes, you have. Go
So
ahead.
let me share my screen. So I'm Jamilur Rahman, working in BdREN, and one of my responsibilities is working as eduroam NRO admin in Bangladesh. So here I'm presenting here our recent deployment of eduroam in our Dhaka airport. So in a revolutionary move towards advancing education and fostering connectivity, BdREN launched eduroam service at the Shah Jalal International Airport in Dhaka, Bangladesh on 31st May 2023. And this is the second international airport in Asia to offer eduroam service, and consequently HSIA, which is the short form of Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport, has become one more than 50 international airports in the world that provide eduroam service to the travelers. So this is the motivation why we choose airport. Basically, when any academician or researcher or students travels from one country to another, the first problem that he or she faces is to connect internet in the airport. So this is the ultimate motivation behind the deployment of eduroam service in the airport rather than deploying on coffee shop or library, museum, etc. So even for foreigners, it's so hard to communicate as they don't have any mobile network. Also, they badly needs internet. So many airports also offer free hotspot, but that can be connected through the mobile network by getting code from the mobile operator. So it's horrible to get code for the foreigner at least. So this is the first point why we choose the airport rather than public hotspot. So another big reason is airport is the most common and widely accessed by many academicians and researchers. So this is the great point and great place to facilitate them with our network. So eduroam is the only service to provide seamless internet and improve connectivity for international and national visitors. So this is the worldwide airports mapping offering eduroam. So can you see my screen?
Yes,
So anyone
Jamil.
please confirm me, are you seeing my screen?
Yeah,
I'm
we are.
sharing my,
Yes, we can see.
yes, thank you. So international airports in the world that provide eduroam services to the travelers. Till now, 52 international airports here, and we can see Norway has 12 airports to offer eduroam, and South Africa has 13, and Sweden has 12 airports, and lastly, Australia has 2 airports to offer eduroam, and all others offering only single airport. So we can also see that 3 airports in Asia newly introduced eduroam here. Those are Bangladesh, Nepal, and Oman. Basically, BdREN would become the first airport in Bangladesh, in Asia. But few days ago, before our deployment, Oman established eduroam in their Muscat airports. So we become the second NREN to offer eduroam service in Asia. So following the footstep of BdREN, Nepal Research and Education Network also introduced eduroam service at the Tribhuvan International Airport at Kathmandu, which is the capital city of Nepal. If we closely look at the trend of the map in the Asia, that in Asia, the culture of deploying eduroam in airports is growing up at new horizons. So hopefully in the upcoming years, on my slide of world map, more airports will be coming into play from the Asia region. Impact behind the activation eduroam in airport. So it enables travelers to continue their academic and research pursuits without interruption, whether participating in remote lectures, accessing online resource, collaborating with colleagues, or online social interaction with their family or friends. So it unfolds many possibilities for research and education activities, and promotes international cooperation and knowledge sharing. So, and the last impact behind the activation eduroam in airport is it attracts our prospective members or clients to join in eduroam community. So this is the most important impact for us, like developing countries, because it's always hard to convince our universities member to deploy eduroam in their campuses. So whenever we say eduroam is available in our international airports, so most of them get convinced easily to provide permission to deploy eduroam in their campus. So this is one of the main impact behind the activation of eduroam in the airport. So the deployment of eduroam at HSIA did not happen overnight. So, but instead through several processes. In this slide, I just tried to list down the challenges faced during our deployment. So the first challenge is about regulatory authorization. So before final establishment, BdREN had been trying to launch eduroam service at HSIA since 6 months. So it started with getting permission from the Bangladesh Telecommunication Regulatory Commission (BTRC) about the intention to offer eduroam service at HSIA. After obtaining the approval, then the next step was to permission from the CAB, Civil Aviation Authority of Bangladesh, who is the authority in airport. We needed to get permission from them for broadcasting the eduroam SSID on HSIA Wi-Fi network. So finally, on 31st May 2023, permission for CAB is obtained, and BdREN's dream to enable eduroam at HSIA came true in reality. Then comes in a series of technical issues. Wi-Fi infrastructure at HSIA is provided by ADN Telecom Limited, which is the internet service provider in airport. So primarily, so this is not the challenge here. Just I have to write their name. So, but the main challenge was primarily they offered captive portal created from their MicroTik, but it has a critical problem because captive portal cannot offer seamless authentication. Rather, it just open up a pop-up to enter username and password. So eduroam users required to log in again. So this is not the standard of eduroam authentication. The standard is when they turn off their device. So eduroam will be connected automatically. So we had to convince them about this eduroam standard. So this easy option was not feasible for us. So then they agreed to use their Wi-Fi controller directly with our radius server. But the Wi-Fi controller is in their private network, and the radius server is hosted in our cloud with public IP. So basically, no communication was there between the controller and IRS. So we configured NAT and consequently PAT, port address translation, so to communicate between those. But with PAT, radius server was getting access challenge packet rather than access accept packet. But unfortunately, we could not solve this issue. Still don't know why it happened. So the reason is still unknown. So what we did to resolve this critical issue, this is the solution architecture. So we requested them to give us a TD virtual machine from their network to configure it as a SP only, service provider only, not the IDP. So that the radius server and Wi-Fi network, Wi-Fi controller can communicate each other without NAT or PAT. So their VM is directly connected with our national radius server as a client, not as a server. So this is how we achieve the success. So this is the architecture in our airport. And this is a banner which we have planned to show across the airport in different places, especially in front of the arrival terminal, so that eduroam users can easily know that yes, eduroam is available in the airport. After enabling eduroam service and HSIA, a notable number of login statistics found in the airport, and BdREN strictly maintains the security by recording the MAC addresses of the users who successfully log into the system. Here is the monthly statistics of successful individual user login. So here we can see that in December 2023, the maximum login number, which is 2,257 users logged into eduroam users in 1 month. And this is the bandwidth consumption report over the year used by eduroam SSID in SSIA airport. And the activation of eduroam service at HSIA has been given a wide range of coverage on different global blocks. Here I have posted few of them. And connect.giant is the official blog for Giant. So they also published this news of establishment eduroam in our airport. And consequently, eduroam.org, which is the official website for eduroam. And the TAIN also published this news. And upcoming activities. So, forging ahead with the successful activation of eduroam service at HSIA, BdREN is looking forward to enabling eduroam service at other international airports in the country, which are Osmani International Airport, Sylhet, and Shah Amanat International Airport, Chittagong. So, after covering those international airports, the local airports will be targeted. Already we're in the middle of broadcasting eduroam service in those remaining international airports. We are working on this. So hopefully before the next APAN59, those remaining international airports will be covered, hopefully. So the appeal to the APAN community, the following the footstep of BdREN, NEPAL-REN also introduced eduroam at their international airports. But it can be surely said without any doubt that eduroam in Dhaka and Kathmandu brings a new revolution and a new hope in the eduroam community, but the full flavor of eduroam service will remain short of severing till the airports in the whole Asia under eduroam coverage. So our appeal lies upon in motivating its members in introducing eduroam in the international airports, especially transit airports. For example, Guangzhou or Singapore airports, which are widely used by the academicians and researchers for transit and arrival also. So this will help in NRENs, the whole NRENs, in promoting one of the best killer applications so far invented for the community. And this slide is completely different topic, and this is not related with airports. So this is the new feature, or you can say this is the eduroam user portal for eduroam users. I don't know how other countries manage their eduroam users, but I had faced lots of problems as the user wants to change or reset their password, but I didn't have any built-in options to let them do. Even IRS admin needs to manually create eduroam users, which was not convenient at all times. So to mitigate those problems, I developed a system in where people can create their own user by themselves if they have their institutional email address. So even they can change and reset their password, and during the creating the eduroam account, an activation link is sent to their official email account so that we can verify he or she is legitimate or not. So, and through this portal, users can easily change their password, reset their password. Also, additionally, they can download eduroam cat for their institutional installer from this portal directly. So it brings easy administration for IRS admin also. Just circular this URL, for example, eduroam.bdren.net.bd. So this is the only URL which can be circulated among the whole employees across the BdREN so that they can easily create their accounts by themselves. So this is cool, right? That's all for my presentation. Thank you everyone for being patient during my lecture. I think my voice was a little bit problem because I'm talking in front of the laptop directly. I missed to take my earphone. Sorry for that. Anyway, so if you have any questions regarding this, feel free to ask. for me now, or you can find me at this email address, jamil@bdren.net.bd. So if you have any queries, you can send me any email or ask here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jamilur. Yeah, so we'll have the questions at the end of the sessions once all the speakers are done. Please remain, and we'll depending on the time that remaining at the end, we'll have a Q&A session. We expect to have about 20 to 25 minutes at the end. So please remain. We'll have to take the questions at the end. Next up, we have Abu Nasser Muhammad Nafiu from BdREN, who will be talking about implementation of e-journal access through federation. Over to you.
Thank you. Distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and fellow participants from Asia Pacific region and more. Good morning and greetings from Bangladesh. The online, it's a great pleasure to be here with you today at APAN58. My name is Abu Nasser Muhammad Nafiu, and I'm a network engineer at BdREN. Today, I have the privilege of presenting on a topic that is not only crucial to our network in Bangladesh, but also aligns with the broader goals of collaboration and innovation that we all share. I'll be presenting on implementation of e-resources access through federation. So thank you for joining me. In my title there are two keywords. One is e-resources and the other is tiger-fed. E-resources means ebooks, journals, papers, dataset, case study, etc. from different publishers like Emerald, Gesture, IEEE. Then the question comes, what is tiger-fed? For those of you who don't know, tiger-fed is the first and only identity federation for education and research organization in Bangladesh. It's operated by Bangladesh Research and Education Network. tiger-fed was introduced to facilitate and simplify the access to the shared services across the federation. So there's again a question, what is identity federation? I believe most of us know about the identity federation, but those of us who don't know, identity federation is a service that acts as a platform to access different applications with a single sign-on. While we are familiar with single sign-on within our own domains, like we are using Google or Microsoft services to access the Google or Microsoft account, or maybe our institutional account to access the institutional services, identity federation allows us to access services outside of our organization through a trust relationship framework. This is particularly useful for accessing the resources that aren't in our domain. Let's say we want to access a service from another REN like Learn or ARNet. Through our federated access with trust relationship, we can access those services. So identity federation for research and education exists worldwide. There are around 90+ national federations for research and education community with a different level of maturity. For example, SWAMID in Sweden, InCommon in USA, Inflibinet in India, PKI Fed in Pakistan, and many more. So let's talk about some benefits of identity federation. Identity federation offers several key benefits. First of all, ease of access to the services. Users can access multiple services with a single sign-on. Then, integration of multiple identity and service providers. It creates a unified ecosystem for various organizations and service providers. Then the improved user experience through SSO. Users don't need to remember the multiple passwords for different services. Enhanced security. Centralized authentication reduces the risk of the compromised credentials. And finally, last but not least, the ease of management. Administrators can manage user access more efficiently across multiple services. For our discussion today, we'll focus primarily on the ease of access to the services, particularly for the university resources and libraries. So there are some key benefits for the libraries as well. For libraries, Identity Federation brings simplified access to the digital resources. Users can easily access various ebooks and journals. Second, the off-campus access. Students and faculty can access resources from anywhere, not just on campus. Enhanced security reduces the risk of unauthorized access to valuable digital resources. And finally, the cost efficiency. It potentially reduces the need for multiple authentication system and associated costs. Let's see the current methodologies of accessing digital resources in our country, Bangladesh. Currently, there are two main ways of accessing the digital resources. First of all, on-campus network. Users can access resources directly from the campus network. However, this is limited limited to just the students inside of the campus. But not all the students stay on the campus. Sometimes campus networks are also segmented. Maybe the network inside the resident halls are different than of the academic building network, or maybe a different segment of that network. And not all of the students and teachers stay inside of that campus. So as the authentication happens with the IP address of a network, it's difficult to get access outside of that network. Second, the remote access. Universities can use paid service like OpenAthens, EasyProxy, or RemoteX for the off-campus access. However, this comes with significant costs and some limitations. So let's see some challenges before TigerFed. The institutions in Bangladesh faced several challenges. First of all, if they don't have the budget, there are no remote access to journal and ebook publishers for the universities. Then, even if they have that license or they purchased the license cost is high. Like, for example, for OpenAthens, the cost is $10 per user per year. So for a huge population country like Bangladesh, the costs increases as the number of participants increase. That's the second issue. And then all of these services needs to create account within that service so that they can provide the single sign-on to the other services. So over and over again, manpower overhead for creating and management of individual accounts. Then what value the TigerFed can provide? First of all, we provide two key services. We provide IDP as a service, or IDPS, to the members. And then with that IDP as a service, we provide remote access to the publisher services. But there are many commercial solutions that provide the same or similar solution. Why would the universities are choosing it for remote access? Let's explore why they're choosing, and let's look out some advantage and disadvantage over TigerFed. Let's check some similarities first. So OpenAthens, EasyProxy, and other remote access provides the federation access to the publishers and digital resources. Similarly, TigerFed also provides that service. Those service provided hosted identity provider. OpenAthens also in TigerFed, we also provide IDP as a service with a hosted solution in our Kubernetes platform. The OpenAthens is known for its secure and reliability. We have also deployed in a secured manner with a SAML framework, which is known for its security, and we have deployed in a Kubernetes platform, which is cloud native and known for its reliability and redundancy. And let's check some advantages of using our federation over the commercial federations. First of all, it's free of cost. TigerFed's hosted identity provider service is completely free. Second, no limit on accounts. There are no restrictions on the number of user accounts for remote access. For example, we have enabled access for 2 million students at National University. It would be difficult for, or rather say impossible for them to purchase license for such huge student base, as this will cost tens of millions for them per year. But they have got this service from us completely free. Then it's hassle-free. So you see, for a large student base like ours, or large teacher base like ours, or large population like ours, creating individual accounts is very much time consuming, and it's a great overhead for the universities. So the universities can use their existing directories like their Google directory, Microsoft, LDAP, or SQL directory that they have on their student management system or the student system, and they can provide that to us. This eliminates the need to separate account creation. And we have the dedicated support. We offer 24/7 support from our Network Operations Center. So the universities are now moving their service from OpenAthens to TigerFate. So how are we providing this service? BdREN is providing IDP as a service to the member institutions in its hosted Kubernetes platform at completely free of cost. This is completely managed by BdREN team so that the universities don't have to worry about any technical challenges, any updates, or any security patches, or something like this. And we are providing this service through a 4-step process, basic 4-step process. First, we meet with the university personnel, maybe both librarians and library personnel and the ICT staff, to gather their requirements and to say our requirements. Then we obtain the user database metadata, maybe from Active Directory or Google Directory or LDAP, and we get a DNS entry as we are hosting this IDP in our platform. Then we deploy the IDP pods in our Kubernetes platform, and then finally at our 4th step, we send this metadata after the deployment to the university ICT personnel and the librarians so that they can email to the publisher services to integrate their service with their federation, with our federation. And as we are connected to the EduGain Federation, so all of the universities automatically get access to the EduGain. So this is a screenshot or snapshot of our Kubernetes platform where we provide this service to our member institutions. This is the dashboard of our Kubernetes service where you can see these services and monitor for them. And let's talk about some impact on our educational community. It has some significant cost savings in our educational community because it's saving foreign currency as the service is completely free from BdREN. It has increased the accessibility as they don't need to create any more users by themselves, and the license is not limited. More users can access the resources. So they are getting the user satisfaction at their enhanced level. So the users are appreciating the ease of access to the resources, mainly the students, because previously the license were only procured for the teachers as they are the main researchers of this main researchers. But now the public and private university students are also accessing the service, and this has increased the user satisfaction and strengthened local capabilities. It brings joy to our member institutions and our faculty members that they are adapting a local service instead of relying on a foreign service like OpenAthens or EasyProxy or RemoteX. And it has also encouraged a broader adoption to other services, like more institutions are joining for federation and they're exploring our other services. So that's all from my side. If you want to reach me or if you have any queries, you can reach me at nafiu@bdren.net.bd for your any queries. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Nafiu. So next we have...
Asitha,
yeah.
can I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, just to show our gratefulness to Farhan of MyREN or Malaysian Federation, and also to Terry of Australian Federation to get us enriched about this federation and to get us the hands-on experience on establishing Kubernetes platform, especially to Farhan. And time to time we take his help, so it will be actually incomplete if we don't show our gratitude to them. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for pointing that out. I was also, I forgot about that part, but I was in plan of thanking Farhan and Terry from Malaysia and Australia.
Yes, also to iFire project, 10-star CC, because all this happened due to those iFire X-Man or something, project initiated by Tenster CC. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Tarot. Next up we have Dr. Rajan Parajuli from Nepal Research and Education Network, who will be talking about eduroam in Tribhuvan International Airport. Over to you, Rajan.
Thank you, Asitha, and thank you to Taurit for encouraging us to share our experiences and our observations regarding eduroam connections at UN International Airport. So I think the earlier speakers from Bangladesh, he has a light on the global context of the eduroam in different international airports, and he has reflect to the more technical areas as well. So I will quickly share some of our experiences in few slides. Okay, so I'll start with our journey at Tijuana International Airport. The initial plan for eduroam services was for APAN58 meetings in 2023, but that was not happen because of various issues. And one of the top concerns were related to the lack of awareness regarding eduroam services with civil aviation authorities of Nepal and Tijuana International Airport as well. Actually, they have some concerns regarding the possible misuse of this eduroam access, and that may have threats to the airport's safety and security as well. And to tackle that issues, actually, we have had a series of meetings with civil aviation authorities and Tijuana International Airports as well. And we presented them a different case of eduroam in airports around the world, as well as we updated them about the eduroam privacy frameworks as well. And we also highlighted them about the benefit that research and education communities will feel after these initiatives. So with all these efforts, finally, CAN and the Tijuana International Airports, they are agree to support these initiatives. And thereafter, we had an MOU with UN International Airports. You can see here the MOU signing images of that day at the UN International Airports. And these partnerships is different as compared with the Bangladesh as well. Because there was two issues when we proposing for the eduroam access in the airport. The first was the consents from the airport authorities for the eduroam access, and the another was the who will support for this internet bandwidth. Actually, NREN is not providing internet bandwidth. In that aspects, we have to pay for the internet bandwidth to the ISPs. And we had good conversations with different stakeholders with internet service providers and civil aviation authorities as well. And finally, we find solutions from the Tijuana International Airports, and they agree to share their internet bandwidth for the edurooms. And it is a joint collaboration. Actually, this is not only the initiatives from the NREN side. We are really thankful for to the Tijuana International Airport as they ready to share the internet bandwidth for the research and education communities. And in the another slide, actually the coverage, it is currently cover both domestic terminal and international terminals of the Tijuana International Airports. And we have plans to extend these services to other national airports across the country, and the plan is currently still underway. There are total 45 access points which are currently connecting with the eduroam services, and Tijuana International Airports, they have 1 Gbps internet bandwidth from one service provider. So we are just sharing that internet bandwidth, and we are using their devices as well for this eduroam access. So far, we started formally on 16 May of 2024, so almost 90 days plus. In these durations, we noted that 3,875 users log in eduroam at Tuan International Airport. So the average is like 40 users per day. And the user login indicates that across the world, 1,073 RN institutions are logging at the Tuan International Airports. And I have quickly go through the data as well, and I figure out these based on the domain names, and based on these Kashmiri universities, which is one private universities in Nepal. So the login from that universities is the highest. And thereafter, we can see all the lists are from United States and United Kingdom. So there are two universities from Australia and one from South Korea. So very few from Asia Pacific regions and mostly from Europe and America regions. So this also shows that we need to be proactive, and we need to put our efforts for these eduroam efforts in our public areas, including airports. I think that's all from my side. If you have any queries, I will be happy to answer.
Thanks, Rajan. Right. So let's move on to the next talk. It's from Tuan Jalil from Learn, who will be talking about eduroam and federation services in Sri Lanka.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Tuan Jalil from Lanka Education and Research Network. So I'm a network systems and application engineer at LEN. So thank you for this opportunity for present this eduroam updates and federation updates in APAN58. Right. So hope everyone know about what is eduroam and on. So this is a kind of a small introduction related with eduroam. So normally this eduroam means this education roaming and secure global service that allows student researchers and staff from participating institutions to access the internet at any eduroam enabled worldwide. So you need only have a credential. So even though you have a credential, if it is a university credential, or else if you have if you are using one of our services, so it would be really easy to connect. And once configured, users can connect seamlessly to Wi-Fi across institution without needing to require new credentials. No need to have different credentials. One credential is more than enough. Right, so it started in Europe, but has expanded globally with thousands of participating institutions over 100 of countries. eduroam simplifies this process of connecting to internet, enhancing academic mobility and collaboration. So on the go, you guys can connect to this public free Wi-Fi eduroam services. So you won't be, you will be able to connect with your network. And key features are secure, global, and designed for research and education. So when it moves to the next slide, so how eduroam works. So I think most of here you guys are a bit technical, and so I'm not going into details, but eduroam is built with this standard for port-based network access control. So, and radius means remote authentication, dial-in user service, and the hierarchy consists of radius servers at the eduroam enable institution. So for the institutions, they should have this eduroam service. So radius service, and the servers run by national roaming operations and radius servers for individual world regions. So this is a small image related with this how this eduroam works. So yep. When it comes to Learn, Lanka Education and Research Network, so it's a national research and education network in Sri Lanka. We call it as NREN. And Learn has played a role connecting academic institutions across Sri Lanka. So the entire Sri Lanka, we have been connected through our network. So LERN provide high-speed internet, supports academic research, and facilitates collaboration among universities and research institutes. So not only research institutes, some other government institutes as well. And over the years, LERN has grown significantly, providing services like eduroam to Sri Lanka Educational Institute. So when it comes to eduroam in Sri Lanka, was introduced to Sri Lanka by LERN. So we are the one and only organization that providing eduroam to Sri Lanka, and efforts to integrate Sri Lankan academic institutions with global networks. So initially, eduroam was adopted by major universities and research institutions, enabling seamless internet access for students and faculty when visiting other eduroam-enabled locations, both locally and internationally. So, so when it comes to the success stories of eduroam in Sri Lanka, so University of Colombo and University of Peradeniya and other public places where eduroam has significantly improved accessibility and collaborations for both student and staff. So this is one of our website related with eduroam. So once you go, this one is eduroam.ac.lk. If you want, you can go through the website. So all the details are included in here. So this is a map of Sri Lanka, and so in here, the thing is, I just took a screenshot in here. So when you zoom in, you can find all the locations with around the country where eduroam is enabled. So mostly all over the Sri Lanka it's enabled. So from EduID, so this is EduID service. So from here, this one is those who don't have institution logins. So from here, you can create for those who are in whether you are a staff or student in your organization. If you are with our if you are a member institutions of LERN, so if you don't have this LDAP or else active AD connection, so from here you can create a free account. So within 48 hours it will be enabled. So in here you can see some of the services are available in here. So these are freely available to use. So anyone, anywhere in the world, you can access these services. So once you created this one, so this one is a one-time account that you can create. So from here, those who we can for the students and staff, we have different types of services are given. So in here for the staff and students, this Office 365 is being enabled, and this research areas and event management, and this Jupyter Hub, and also we collaborated this Indonesian Cyber Education Institute. So from here, once you created one account using EduID, so you can use free certifications with the EduID account. So from here, you can, from this, we call it ICE, right, in Indonesia Cyber Education Institute. From there, you can have this Coursera, edX certifications if you really want. So you can follow those things. From there, you can study courses from Oxford University and some other major universities without paying any amount. So that is one advantage for those who are eager to use technology and to learn more, not only technologies, for the entire, whatever the field that you want. So when it comes to public eduroam in Sri Lanka, was an ambitious initiative to extend eduroam access beyond academic institutions to public spaces like libraries, airports, and city centers. So we had this eduroam service for a while, and after that we had some challenges and reasons for suspension. So the major one is technical issues, such as ensuring consistent coverage and user authentication in public spaces were significant hurdles. So then we partnered with some ISPs for public eduroam, but it didn't work well. They didn't manage access securely properly, which contributes of the temporary suspension of the services. So some institutions face significant challenges with eduroam deployment due to insufficient hardware and lack of technical staff to manage and maintain system effectively. And also the idea behind public eduroam was creative, absolutely. So then aiming to provide internet access everywhere for the academic community. So this is one of our statistics that I wanted to show you. So in almost there are 19 places that we enabled. This one related with institutions. And so in here you can see there's some due to service summary and host summary. So you can see there are the reason is that there were some lack of technical expertise to handle these things. So that is one point. So that's why this one is not that much enabled. So anyhow, so some of the other institutions like in University of Peradeniya, Colombo, Jaffna, so in there this eduroam service is available. So anyhow, this is a kind of a screenshot. So I added in here for your information. So plans to bring back public eduroam. So we have a plan. So it's kind of a big plan that we have. So current strategies, and when it comes to current strategies and collaboration, so working on a plan to bring back eduroam, public eduroam, this time with lesson learned from our previous attempt. So we know what are the things that we had, and so from there we learned some lessons, and so we are coming back. So plan public locations for eduroam. So key strategies including strengthening technical infrastructure, securing partnerships with public and private entities, and ensuring compliance with international standards for eduroam deployment. And our next major initiative is to extend eduroam service to schools, students, and the entire country, not only for limited areas. For the entire country, we have a plan. So this will ensure secure, reliable internet access for the entire educational community, bringing the digital divide. So work closely with the Ministry of Education and local partners to make this vision reality. So our long-term goal is for eduroam to become a standard service in every educational institute in the country. So fostering a more connected and collaboration learning environment. So that is our plan. So there are some other plans as well. So in here I have added only a few points with the time limitation. So proposed timeline for relaunch, exploring new locations such as airports, public libraries, and even some government buildings to extend eduroam access, and also in schools. Providing instances to those who don't have hardware resources. Yeah, from our side, from Learn side, we have an idea, and also we have some hardware equipments, so we can improve that one to give those who don't have this such of hardware resources, and already started to relaunch public eduroam. So we are in the initial stage of, again, we are going to boost back with this public eduroam. So in here you can see, so I have, so not only me, so with my team, we did a workshop on campus Wi-Fi and eduroam. So from here, this is the initial stage that we started. So from here, successfully we conducted a workshop on campus Wi-Fi eduroam, which brought together IT administrators, network engineers, and in various institutions. So discussed best practices for implementing eduroam on campus, such as optimizing network security, managing user access, and ensuring compatibility with existing infrastructure. And the feedback was overwhelmingly positive, with many participants expressing interest in further training and collaborations. So we also gathered valuable insights that will guide future deployments of eduroam in Sri Lanka. So already we have started these workshops and everything. So only thing is we need the support from other institutions. So we are every time we are ready to help with them. So we'll see how the things are going on. So these are some of the screenshots, some captures. So for already we almost covered, we gathered most of the institutions. So these are conducted freely. And so these are some of the snapshots that I added in this presentation. So when it comes to future directions for LEARN and eduroam, LEARN is committed to expanding eduroam's reach across Sri Lanka. Ongoing initiatives including deploying eduroam in more educational institutions and public spaces, improving the security and use experience, and increasing awareness about the benefit of eduroam. So long-term goal is to make eduroam an essential service for all students, educators, and researchers in Sri Lanka, ensuring they have reliable internet access wherever they go. So LEARN will continue to support the academic community by enhancing network services, fostering collaborations, and driving innovations in education and research. So when it comes to federation updates, in here we have introduced new services, and there are some old services, and we have improved the service quality as well. So in here you can see federation updates, introducing a new service from LEARN with Cyvel. I think you guys know about this one. So in here, for benchmarking services using data Cyvel to access and enhancing the impact of research conducted by LEARN members institutions. So from here you can benchmark your these services using Cyvel, and also LEARN Zoom free webinar. These are kinds of insights from here. So already we are giving this opportunity for all the institutions in LEARN who's collaborated with LEARN. So in here we are giving free webinar services as well. So, and also another thing, so this one is another new service from LEARN, free digital certificate for member institutions. So no more paper-based certificates. So everything will be digital. So we can send medals, certificates, badges. Likewise, we have different types of certifications for different for the institution's requirement. We can facilitate with these things. And another one, identity access management infrastructure as a service. So in here includes Shibboleth IDP, Open LDAP, identity database, and eduroam radius for institution to host their identity management at LEARN data center. So those who don't have hardware, so that's why I told you. So we already started giving these opportunities for the institute. So those who don't have such hardware or support, we are there for them. So yes, this one regarding with this Indonesian Cyber Education Institute. So we had a collaboration with them as well. So we for the undergraduates and even for the staff members, so we gave this opportunity to have their digital orals to enhance their, or else they improve their knowledge related to their field. So in here with edX, Coursera, free of charge, they can sign up with EduID, and after that, by creating an account from here, they can use these online studies as well. Thank you very much. So have a good day.
Thanks, Tuan, and thank you for that quick introduction to eduroam for the benefit of those who might not be aware of what eduroam is. So now we can move on to the Q&A session. Are there any questions from the presenters? We have Tuan here, and we have Jamilur, Nephew, and Rajan online.
Hi, Shinji Shimojo from APAN58. Thank you very much for your good presentations. I'm very surprised that eduroam is so common in APAN countries. So I think it's very good. But if you want to, involve more public use, like citizens, you may consider more open platform like open roaming or something. So do you have any plans for extend that eduroam to open roaming? Anyone? Yeah, maybe.
Did you hear the question?
Jamil, you can come forward. What is
Yes, sir. So right now we have no plan to shift to open roaming.
actually, Shimeju, we need your help. We need help of Japan AP
Okay. Oh yeah, I know.
to
Yeah,
understand the technology. I know you have done a lot with regard to open roaming, and I fully acknowledge with the idea that open roaming will give more coverage. But myself don't know actually how to implement open roaming, so we need to be educated. And if Japan can help us, that will be great. That will be nice. That is from BdREN's perspective. I don't know about others. Sri
Yeah,
Lanka has different view.
yeah. So I think, yeah. Roshan, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a question to BdREN, and I think what is said now is connected to it. From BdREN, how are you routing the internet? Maybe I missed, like I was not listening to the whole presentation. Sorry about that. How are you managing the internet, like particularly finance side of it? How does it work?
Yes, we have a contract on our one of the ISP called ADN Telecom Limited, and they have their Wi-Fi infrastructure in the airport, and they have the internet. So we have a contract with them with a financial.
Does it also mean the eduroam at the airport is only connected to the internet, not to the NREN network?
Yes, NREN network, because their network is connected with our server. Sorry, not the NREN network, because they have their own network on this. So we are using their network. Just their Wi-Fi infrastructure is connected with our radius server. That's it.
So that's something maybe we had. I don't know how Japan is doing it large scale. So there is some cost involved, and I understand that some economies are more open to have such an idea, but we are not there yet. I think ThaiREN will agree with me in terms of the usage, like public usage of this, and where the fund has to come from somewhere. Sometimes we as NRENs are struggling to cater to our main community in terms of funding. So that is the challenge. I think technology, there's no issue. Like we can learn from you, and we should be able to do it. But we are interested in looking at those options. Yes.
Yes, we didn't finance it for like itself.
I was answering the other question, like the
Roshan,
public. Yeah.
I believe that the costing part, the benefit will outpower the costing part, because costing is minimal, okay? But
Yeah,
the
I understand.
benefit that we are sharing, that in terms of promotion of eduroam, it worked like magic, okay?
Yeah. So eduroam fine, ThaiREN. What I'm saying is, so now if you want to manage public, then it becomes a larger problem, right? So right now we are only managing our users who have part of the federation, and therefore the institutions can manage them. So if you are managing public, somebody had to take that responsibility. Whether we can manage public, I mean, I have a smaller population compared to you, ThaiREN. So whether you can manage public access, particularly things like the radius and whatnot, that is a challenge. I know, like some countries are doing it, like Japan or Singapore, but we had to go there. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you talking about open roaming?
Yeah. So I think Shinji.
Yeah, I think this is a very good point, and you know, the cost and also the public separation is needed. And one thing I think happened in Japan is I think you may check the city loan. This is a group that collaborate eduroam and open roaming together. I think the technology is very similar. So I think you can override the city as the open roaming with eduroam. So if you once you deploy the open roaming, to override the eduroam is very easy. So this is one thing what's happening in Japan, and why they can do it is they did the experiment in Tokyo, and Tokyo City actually promote the idea of the open roaming for the citizens. This is a public access, and eduroam is part of that. So I think it's very good for city to deploy that kind of technology. So that happens in Japan. And I think it's very, I think we can collaborate to get things done in the in the world.
That's a good idea. In fact, Sri Lanka, we were talking to the government entity to do they have eduroam for the government employees. So we were talking to them to see how we can come up together. But I see the public one is the overarching, the larger one on top of it, the other two. So we should take it forward. That's a good idea. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so and one promotion is it also helps the foreigners. When you use open roaming, you can get the access. Foreigners very easy to get access, like our and some others.
Tourist, exactly.
Yeah. So one question, since you're on that. So when you say implemented through city, so the city network will be implemented by, say, the city, the municipality also. Who will run that?
Yes, city actually.
Okay.
So city promote that open access networks for citizens, foreigners, and also the researchers.
So then it comes problem of funding.
But we should be able to convince at least the top cities like what they did, just starting somewhere.
Yeah. At least the tourist cities, they should be able to, we should be able to do a pilot project at least in a tourist city, like a small city like probably Allo somewhere in Sri Lanka, and smaller cities are easier to manage, I guess, especially with the tourist and other benefits. Yeah, that's actually a really good project to look at. Okay, thanks a lot, Singji, for that.
How Japan is managing the commercial part, Shimizu? Is there any commercial part in Japan, or?
You mean the engineering companies, or?
No, the ISPs. Are you paying the ISPs? Who is paying the ISPs for extending the open roaming service?
This is, I think, the city actually pays for the, it's provide the public access to the citizens as well as the foreigners.
Benevolent service, right?
Yeah.
There is a philanthropic activity from the ISP side.
Yes.
It depends on the traffic, actually, how many users and what is the percentage of traffic. If it is 1%, 2%, then ISP will bear the cost.
Yes.
There is no issue.
In fact, maybe I'm not sure whether Tuan pointed out this point. How we are doing it is we are not paying for the internet because we are already paying for the internet. So we are using the same bandwidth that we are paying for our institution. We are paying for the institution, so we are using the same bandwidth, or we are sharing it. It's a small amount, like you said.
Yes.
So therefore, we are just connecting to our network, and then the rest is taken care of by the payment we are already making. So it's like if you have 10G, we are just using 200 M or something, 300 M.
Yeah, and also, if you like to extend your NREN network, you can use BdREN. And there's a technology when you connect it to the eduroam in open roaming point, you can extend the BdREN to it, so that it could be possible.
Yeah, that is what we did. Yes, exactly.
Roshan, you are not using the backbone of the ISPs, right? So you are using a VPN tunnel.
They already have the backbone, so we are using it. For that, we are paying. Yes. So for the backbone, we are paying, but not for the internet.
So internet traffic is coming to your platform, and then it is getting.
Exactly. Yeah.
So you are paying small amount for the probably the
backbone, which is shared. Backbone is it's their backbone. We are just sharing.
Okay.
So Roshan, is there any plan? I had a question for Jalil. Is there any plan when you can implement eduroam in your airport? Because if it is implemented in different airports, that will give us the opportunity to promote the services of NRENs to our community as well. Because when we now travel, we now visit to our members, we can tell them, okay, Tribhuvan has it, Kuwait has it. But sometimes they call me from Korea, Seoul, that, okay, you have eduroam in this airport. So I have to say that there is no eduroam in Seoul airport. So they think that if Bangladesh can implement it, each and every airport has implemented it. So once eduroam is implemented in at least most of the Asian countries, that is our appeal to APAN community as well. Then we can actually promote the real flavor of eduroam to all the community members.
Maybe the one doesn't have an answer. In fact, we are trying. We have been blocked by some of these, civil aviation and various other. I would say we didn't try hard enough, so we will try. Yes.
Okay, hopefully in APAN59 we can announce that.
59.
Yes.
Okay.
That's too close.
Good deadlines.
Okay. Any other questions? Yeah. Can you get a mic? Yeah, Chalampong. Go ahead.
My question to BdREN, I'm not sure if other people already asked, I just come back. About the federations, I think you mentioned that you can provide the service to access the journal or online service, right? My question is how the service provider, like for example, IEEE or those kind of journals, do they allow you to provide this kind of service to access their database?
I think Nav, you can.
Thank you for this question. The question that you're asking, let me repeat it again if I'm not wrong, that you're asking that does the services like IEEE, Emerald or Gestor provide me the opportunity to integrate remote access, right, from outside of your campus? Yes, they are providing this service that is enlisted on most of the publishers' website. That you can say that you can see that they are providing 3 or 4 modes of access to their service. First one is the on-campus IP access. Second one is through the VPN or maybe some proxy service or proxy server network, so that they're getting authenticated again by that IP address. And third one is that this service, I mean the Identity and Access Service Federation, through the federation. So through the federation, you can access off-campus to their resources. So you have to purchase the services first. You are not getting it for free. When you have already purchased those ebooks, journals, or those resources, then you do have the ability to access those services via this federated service. It's just the modality of access, not the contents. But you have to purchase the contents first.
Okay, so I just wonder, like, for example, I'm from University A, and then I use the service through the federation on campus of University B. So when I access to the IEEE journal, I will be authenticated by my account in University A, right? But the access IP address to the IEEE will be from University B, right?
Yes.
So how can they count?
Okay, this is like OR method. So you understand that this will be unified. So let's say, for example, you're from the question that you're asking, that you're from campus B and you're at campus B and you are using an identity of campus A. Then at that moment, you will get both of these, both of the university's resources at the same time. Let's say, for example, University A has purchased some journal from Emerald on their business faculty, and University A has purchased some resources from maybe arts faculty. So if you're using both of the identification, I mean the IP-based authentication from University A, and you are also using the identity or the federated access or remote access of University B, then you will get both the science, both the arts and business faculty resources,
So
or
if,
both the journals.
So if the University B doesn't apply for the service, like I mean doesn't subscribe for the ITP service, but I use it from University B, so the IP address will be blocked, right?
No,
No?
no, they don't block it. I mean, when you're using, it's not natural that if you're authenticating from one university, like if you're accessing the service from University A, so it's general that your identification will also be from University A. So if you are going outside of that IP address, maybe from a mobile network, or maybe you are going home from, and then you want to do some research from your home. So you want to access the service, but you're not at your campus. So you cannot get authenticated from your university IP address. At that moment, you are using your university identity. That means you are only accessing from University A. That's why the university, that's why the services don't block you. But if you get access, let's say you go to another university and access their Wi-Fi network via eduroam or something like this, and now your IP address is their university IP address, and you are holding also your university's own identification via the identity federation. At that moment, you are getting both of these services, both of this word. That's how it works. I hope I'm clear.
Okay, thanks a lot, nephew. And we have come to the end of the session 1 of Imaging and REN. I would like to thank our speakers once again, Jamilur, nephew, Rajan, and Tuan. Thank you so much for your presentations and taking the questions. We will wrap up the session 1 now, and we will meet again at 11 o'clock.
Thanks, Asitha.
Thank you.
See you at 11.